Mr. Sandman, Thursday, January 5th, 2023. Bring me a dream. Sleep. Ooh, how much we love sleep. Nappy naps are love. But how can we like waking up twice? When I nap, or, well, when I used to nap, before I had a child, I'd end up sleeping for 3 to 4, 5 hours and feel so tired and groggy waking up. Just overall crappy. But those naps are ultimately what enabled my night owl behaviors. Like when my daughter goes out and plays in the afternoon, then decides to fall asleep at 4 and refuse to wake up until 5 or 6. Then, in turn, she stays up until 11 or 12 at night. Yes, lots of fun. It's not fun, especially when I have to wake up at 5 to get her to school and for me to get to work. As a childless person, it was somewhat the same, playing catch up for the rest of the day. So you are thinking all day that you'll do things in preparation for the next day and then go to bed early. Nope. Instead, go straight to sleep after work. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200, and your night is shot all over again. The next day, you push through the day to only end up driving to the gym after work and sitting in the parking lot for 20 minutes, contemplating life and that flat stomach you've always wanted. The next day after that, finally, you get enough sleep, go to the gym, feeling good, ate a good meal, took a shower, and ready for bed. But then end up scroll locked on social media. Womp, womp, womp. Still went to bed late as crap. There's no routine living like that. I used to survive on 5-hour energies, lattes, and Red Bull. I would overthink my meal preps only to get bored as hell and just say fuck it. Eat what I want. In the past, I had a love-hate relationship with the military because I hated being stuck in the position I was in, but I loved the structure I was forced to live by. I went to boot camp in 2007, and that was the first time I truly experienced real structure. But once I became a civilian, and all that went away, I was left to my own devices. Especially when I returned from my tour in Iraq in 2010. Then I left for Afghanistan in 2012 and returned for good in 2015. I was really done with the expat lifestyle and started living my best life until I became pregnant with my daughter in 2019. Things were going beautifully. I was really enjoying pregnancy and all the crazy wonders it brings, but you never expect everything to come crashing down until it falls on your head. I woke up one morning and found myself going to the hospital just to find out I had a brain tumor. Nothing prepares you for that. My life changed forever. I had surgery, and 4 months later, I had a baby. Brand new little baby. Such a gorgeous baby she was, but I didn't really get to take it all in because the day after I gave birth, I had what is formally called a grand mal seizure. At first, I didn't take it seriously. I thought it was a one-time thing. I thought I was going to be the same person I was again. I was fearless until one too many seizures after that. I finally had the EEG study, and that was it. That was the icing on that cake. I was so beaten down, I couldn't get back up. I could not live inside my own body. I could not sleep, and when I slept, I had nightmares. How can you care for a brand new baby when you can barely care for yourself? The anxiety was on steroids and meth. I finally had to make a decision to either be committed to a facility and lose everything or get it the fuck together. So I did. I got it the fuck together. 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time. I found a YouTube channel, Chloe underscore, and she really gave me a spoonful of what I really needed to hear. She was a big proponent of having a therapist, and I found a wonderful person that helped me work through my situations with me. She held my hand and I did the work. I really put in the time, and not only did I get better, I found myself. I found sleep after a while, but it wasn't necessarily good sleep at the time, but it was enough sleep to get by. I would still get to thinking about all the horrible things that could happen at night. Well, before going to bed, I would obsess on if there was a house fire, how would I get myself and my daughter out of the house in time? These thoughts were so intrusive. I would be so exhausted trying to fall asleep. I could feel myself waiting to actually fall asleep, only to know that hours were creeping by. I would finally fall asleep as soon as my daughter would wake up. It was torture. That would go on for like a week, and that's pretty dangerous for epilepsy. Anyway, my neurologist forced me to get a psychiatrist to manage my anxiety meds, and I did. I worked closely with her to find a cocktail that works for me in conjunction with speaking to my therapist weekly. I feel whole again. I finally feel like I'm living instead of my mind living me. It's like putting glasses on for the first time, or as I imagine, a deaf person getting a cochlear implant. Seeing all the lines and things that were so blurred. Not having that twang of fight or flight every second of my existence was amazing. Having a full day, and by the end of it, feeling your body naturally shutting down for rest, to sleep solidly. And even though I hate waking up, it's not like I can't do it. I'm not being preachy. I just want to share my experience on how much I struggle with sleep, and I know that a lot of people do too. I still do. I mostly struggle with putting down the remote and not watching just one more episode. Listen, life has its ups and downs. Like I said, there's so many variables in each person's life that can and will come up to throw you off your game.
The real power is in persistence and resilience. This is a personal choice. It really is a very personal choice, and no matter what choices we make, we need to be ready for the consequences. No one knows what's right for you, and sometimes you just have to choose. My ultimate point was everything is based around sleep. Your body goes into sleep mode like a computer, and it begins downloading updates and doing all that good stuff that computers do after business hours. Remind yourself that you're only working backwards if you're not getting enough sleep. Get a watch that reads the hours you're sleeping. Keep track of it and gauge how you feel when you're getting X number of hours of sleep. Journal that stuff. Journal, just a journal, because you need to put thoughts to paper. Even if it's just to say, fuck this shit, then write some more. Or you can just keep living how you're living, being sick and tired. Oh, I forgot about actually being sick with a cold or flu. All of it. Sleep is the most important thing. That's why I say go easy, take it slow. When it comes to starting a routine and exercise, diet, there is no start or end to all of it. It is until you cease to exist. There is no other way of putting it. As I've said before, I'm only sharing my own experiences and the things that I've pushed through. I hope to gather a community that is a safe space to speak freely about the wins and losses we're experiencing, to be kind and compassionate to others, My life is good. I mean, my life is really, really good. I have so much to appreciate, but that doesn't mean I don't get to feeling unhappy. I, yeah, and unfulfilled. But I have to actively, rationally go back through a workflow chart that brings me back to why life is so good and not what I'm lacking in. All right, everyone, enough about this. I hope I didn't go on too many tangents. Go to bed and get some good rest. Oh, and don't forget to get a sleep mask. Oh my God, those are the bee's knees. I can finally go to sleep with my TV on Bob's Burgers with low volume. They got those good ones with eye cups so your eyelashes don't get smashed. Ugh, hate that. I will leave you with a stoic quote. As human beings, we ought to be vulnerable. We shouldn't try to say that we can be self sufficient or do everything that's necessary for a good life on our own because we need other people. Martha Nussbaum. That's the quote from, yeah. Okay, bye everyone. I hope you have a great night of sleep. Good night.